Week one, here we go. So the goal of these videos is just to give you that brief overview of the week, any insight that I can help provide for the week, and then let you connect with me if you have any more questions from there. So our focus on this week is the purpose of education, really looking at defining and explaining the terminology for curriculum design and evaluation. You're going to look at some theorists and get their opinions of how curriculum should be designed and then how we evaluate the success of that curriculum. Some come from a point of view of data and hard numbers. That's what really proves success of curriculum. While others look at the emotional side and the qualitative side of getting a feeling for how students perceive their achieving themselves. So with that, let's talk about what's expected for this week. So in your readings, you're going to read John Dewey's Pedagogical Creed. It's an article, What is Education? Dewey, again, a pretty strong influence in curriculum design and evaluation. Then get into Dr. Martin Luther King and the purpose of education. And then get an introduction into the Common Core State Standards. Know that will be interwoven through a lot of what we do in assignments and our conversation, as that's our push to move us forward. And then you have a chapter to read from your text, Curriculum Leadership. And the reminder in that is some might be evaluating, do I buy the text or I not? It really is a great tool to have, and we will be reading from it. So yes, get the text, or at least rent it so that way you're up to date on what's going on from there. You'll also need to watch the video down here from Sir Kenneth Robinson and his opinion of how to change education. So those are the expectations of viewing and reading for the week. There's the Christian message. I hope that you are reminded, maybe put this as a screensaver somewhere, but just that reminder from Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Know that you're taking this journey, and the reason for it is there is a plan for hope and future. So be encouraged by that this week. You have the fun of the learning modules. That will be your time as you independently go through a pace of learning. That is some required elements that are expected on top of what I'm going through right now. And then we do have this week a virtual live meeting. Our days are on Tuesday, and I'm going to ask everybody to meet for the first time 6 p.m. this Tuesday, October the 7th, so that way we can do introductions, get a preview of what's going on, and then talk about the assignments and things like that. And then we do have a week one discussion, so click on there, answer the introduction of yourself, give us some points on what you believe curriculum is about. Please make sure to follow the guidelines of discussion boards. You must post following the 250-word post with a citation from something that you've either read from the curriculum here or outside following APA formatting by, again, Thursday night of the week, and then responding to two others by Sunday night by 11:59 if you're an last-minute individual. So make sure that we're getting those done. So there's nothing officially due this week except for the readings and then the discussion board and coming to meet on Tuesday for the collaboration. But I want to give you a preview that next week, during week 2, you will have an assignment that's due, and it's a curriculum interview. I'm going to just pop over to the descriptor of this curriculum interview and essay. It's about a 5 to 7 page document, and it really is taking time to meet with somebody who has an influence in curriculum, talking to either your principal, or if you can get into educational services and meet with a director or a assistant superintendent or chief academic officer to ask them their opinion about curriculum. I'm trying to give you this 2-week notice so that way you can get that interview set up. It is expected that you do have an interview, and then reflect on looking at how they would define the meaning of curriculum and write a description of curriculum development progression, or the stages for your district or your school specifically if you're interviewing your principal. So that's expected. Like always, if you've experienced a class with us before, or if this is your first class, there'll always be a scoring rubric that you're being based off of. So make sure that you are following that, and I can try and answer some questions either this week in week 1 or in week 2 as well. I hope that you guys have a great week. God bless you all.